Hi guys, this is Pankaj Dubey, and in this session we are going to learn that how to set up your first Selenium WebDriver project with Java and running your first automation project. So to begin with, I'll make a note of it at the same time. So you can refer it at the end of this video to configure all of your settings. Okay, so to configure this, I have divided it into two parts. First thing is prerequisites and system configuration. That what are the things that you need to be to install in your system and to keep it there in your local. And second is Java configuration. It's very simple and you're running your first program. Okay, so let's go one by one and let's see how to configure it. So first thing that you need to have is a Java installed in your local. Okay, so how will you check that whether Java is installed in the system or not? To check that, you'll have to go in C drive, go to program files, and here search for folder Java. In Java folder, if you find any JDK folder, version could be anything like 1.6, 1.7, 1.8. That means Java is installed in your local. Okay, so if you don't have Java installed in your local, in that case it's just that you have to download it from Oracle site. You can type download JDK and it will give you the Oracle site link from where you can download the JDK and you can install it like an ordinary software. Here on this page you will see two options, NetBeans and Java. NetBeans is an IDE, so you'll have to click on Java SE. So once you click on Java SE, you will have to accept the license. So just check this box, and here you can see the links to download. Windows x86, it is for Windows 32-bit OS, and 64 is for 64-bit OS. This is the link that you can download from. Okay, so for Windows 32-bit, you will have to download this link, and for Windows 64-bit, you will have to download this too. Whether on 64 you can download either of them, but preferable would be to download this. Okay, so once you download this, you will have to install it like an ordinary website, ordinary software, and you'll see that in program files, Java folder, you'll see one JDK folder. So what you have to do is you have to add this path into the environment variable of your system. So how will you do that? Go to these properties and of your computer, my computer properties, and here on system properties, here you click on advanced system settings. Here you'll see a button environment variables. Click on it. So here on this in this box, you'll have to you could see here that there is a variable named Java _ home, and the value of that JDK is here. C program files Java JDK 1.8 this. So what you have to do is you have to click on this new button. You have to name it as Java _ home, and you have to put the value of the path. You have to put the path value here, so you can copy it from there and go there and paste it and click OK. I have already added it, so that's why it's being shown here. Okay, so this was your second step. So second step was to add Java into your environment variable. Okay, now your third step should be download Eclipse. Eclipse is an IDE, so you'll have to download the Eclipse. In case if it's already there in your local, then well and good. If you don't have, then you can download it from, again type you can download any version of it like Luna, Juno, any of them. the Eclipse installer, or you can download it from here, the versions, different versions of it. And once it is installed, open the open the Eclipse. Meanwhile Eclipse is starting, we will download one more thing which is required, and that's the most important thing, which is Selenium. So you can download it from seleniumhq.org. For any reference, for any help, you shall directly visit to seleniumhq.org. So once you open this web page, you have to click on download tab, and on download, actually we are working here on Java. So what we have to do is just move down a little bit, and in front of Java language you have to download the language binding, the Selenium WebDriver language binding for Java. So you have to download this as well. So once you will download all this, it will look like something this. Selenium, after downloading Eclipse, it will be a zipped file, so just unarchive it. After downloading the JDK Java, it will be like an exe file, and after downloading the Selenium, it will be an archived and zipped file. So once you unzip it, it will be something like this. So there will be some files under it. I have unzipped it here. So here you can see there are 2 jars in Selenium 2.48.2 folder, and some more jars into the libs folder. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to add these jars into my Java project in order to work with Selenium. Okay, so you have downloaded the Eclipse and you have started running it. Fourth one was to download Selenium from seleniumhq.org. Okay, so let's start with our first project now. The setup is done. What you have to do is you have to create first Java project in your Eclipse, and put the name of it as I'm going to give it as setup. So in order to work with Selenium, you will have to add the jars that you have downloaded from seleniumhq.org. So to add this, there are 2 ways. Once you create the project and then add it separately, or second way is to add the jars while creating your project. So you can click on finish and add the jars later, or otherwise you can click on next and add the jars, Selenium jars, at the time of creating your project only. Okay, you clicked on next. Here you'll have to click on libraries and click on external jars. So you'll have to go to the folder where you have unarchived your Selenium. So I have unarchived here, so I added these 2 first, and then add all the jars into libs folder. So just press Ctrl A to select all and open and finish. So that's how you added all the jars of Selenium into your first project. That means the Selenium is already added into this project, and now you can work and you can import the packages of Selenium, and you can work on the libraries and APIs of Selenium. Okay, so your project is created. What you have to do is you have to create one more package, and under this package we'll name it as setup package. And in setup package we'll create the classes. Setup class, that's it. So now you have created the package, the project, and then the package, and under the packages you have created the class. Okay, so this is our first project. So in this case, what we are going to do, we are not going to implement the framework like TestNG or JUnit. We'll simply use a simple Java program, and we'll call that test function by main method. So what you have to do is, first you have to open a browser. This should be your first step, to open a browser and navigate to a URL, to a website, to start performing your test. Okay, so to instruct that how a browser should open, we have to instruct the Java that what command it should process in order to execute one browser and navigate to a URL. So to do this, we will have to type the command webdriver, and we'll name the object as driver. Webdriver is equals to new. We are going to work with Firefox, so the new driver will be Firefox driver. Okay, so these two things are not recognized yet. Why? Because we haven't imported the Selenium project, Selenium jars. We haven't imported those libraries. So once you hover over this WebDriver and Firefox, you'll see some comments, you'll see some suggestions, and down the line. So what are those? Let's see. Here it says import WebDriver and this open QA Selenium. So what you have to do is simply click on it. But to do this, you will have to remember either the command or the package name so that you can work on it. So here what I did, I initially created the driver because I know it, but later what we'll do, we will first import the package and then we'll try executing and try initiating the commands. Okay, so I'm going to import it. Okay, the new line has added here, and WebDriver is now a recognized command keyword. And same thing we have to do for Firefox driver as well. So just place the cursor over Firefox driver, and down the line you will see that import Firefox driver command is there. So just click on it. Okay, one more line has been added here, and you can see that these two lines, these two keywords are not now recognized by Java. So that's how you have created the WebDriver instance. And once you'll execute this line, what it will do, it will create an instance of Firefox driver. That means it will launch the Firefox driver. And now what you have to do is you'll have to write it in a separate method. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write one test method, public void go to Gmail. This will be our first case that we are going to perform using Selenium WebDriver with Java. Okay, so to do this, what we have did so far, we have initiated the WebDriver. We have created an instance of WebDriver of Firefox driver, so it will execute, it will launch the Firefox driver once you will start running this program. Now you will have to write using the instance of driver. That means you are instructing the driver that what exactly it should perform on that browser. So I'll ask the driver to navigate to where? Navigate to, and in two section you will have to pass the URL. So make sure that whenever you type the URL, it should start with HTTP, otherwise it will not visit that URL. HTTP and then gmail.com. Let's go to gmail.com, and actually it's a string, so you'll have to pass this into double quotes. That's it. That's all we'll be doing in our program, in our first automation program. Okay, and actually it's here in this case we are not using any framework. So what I'll do, I'll call it as a simple Java program, and to call this method we'll have to create the instance of the class. So we are going to create the instance of the class, and the class name is setup class. Okay, now we created the instance or the object of the class, and we'll call the method. The method is setup.go to Gmail. That's all. You're done with the first program, and now what we have to do is we have to execute this, and we have to see whether it executes anything or not. Okay, so to execute this, either you can click on here on the run button, or you can click on the right click on the setup class, your class name, and then run as, and run it as one Java application. Click here. Actually it's our first program, so it may take a little bit longer time to execute the Firefox browser and to navigate to that UI because it performs some kind of setup activity in background. While it should hardly take 10-15 seconds because that is more than expected time. Yeah, it launched. Let's see whether it navigates to gmail.com or not. Yeah, it does. Okay, so now what we have to do, what shall be our next step? We'll have to identify the web elements on the web page, and we have to perform the activity over those elements, and we have to assert, we will have to verify that whether the test case is passed or not, but that shall be covered in the next video. For the time being, you are done with your first automation project and it worked successfully. Thanks for watching the video. Please share and like. Thank you.